Attorney General Merrick Garland has set new limits for when the Department of Justice can seize reporters' records and leak investigations. Brigida Santos joins me now to talk about it. You know, on its face, Brigida, it sounds like a complete victory for journalism. I don't know that it is. What do the new rules say? Give me a sense of what they say.
Under the new rules, when trying to uncover confidential sources, the DOJ is now prohibited from seizing information from people in the news media who are acting within the scope of their news gathering activities. Now, of course, there are exceptions to the new rules, and there are many. Now, the DOJ can still seize a reporter's records if the reporter is suspected of working for agents of a foreign power or terrorist organization, if they're under investigation for unrelated activities, or if they obtained their information illegally. Exceptions may also apply if seizing a reporter's records is necessary to prevent imminent risk of death or serious bodily harm, and there are a couple other caveats as well.
Well, you know, having gone to journalism school at University of Florida and studied the same kind of guidelines, maybe, a long time ago, decades ago, this is, in a sense, it's fairly illusory. I mean, if you really think about it, there's all kinds of ways to get in there. I mean, if you're working for a foreign country and you're a journalist for the country of China, and they say, well, he's working for China, he's reporting for China, let's take a look, even though there may not be anything wrong. So I'm wondering, how are press freedom groups and journalists reacting to this news? Is it like we've won? Because if that's it, they're wrong.
Press freedom groups support the new regulations. Now, in a statement, the executive director of the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press says, quote, "The Attorney General has taken a necessary and momentous step to protect press freedom at a critical time. This historic new policy will ensure that journalists can inform the public without fear of federal government intrusion into their relationships with confidential sources." But journalist James Risen of The Intercept, who has personally been targeted in the U.S. government's crackdown on journalists and whistleblowers, says not so fast. He points to similar rule revisions in the past and how loopholes continue to allow the DOJ to spy on journalists. Risen says it's simply too early to sing the praises of Garland's new rules because federal prosecutors are capable of finding new ways to undercut press freedoms, as you just mentioned.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. This is a feel-good kind of move. I mean, Merrick Garland does something. This is totally feel-good. There's no way that you can look at those rules and say, we can't squeeze in there somewhere. They're going to do it. And you know what? There's nobody that's even going to ask them to, how did you responsibly do that? There's nobody to answer. And so, it's just completely illusory. How has the DOJ previously targeted journalists? I mean, what's the difference?
Garland's new guidelines come in response to the DOJ's collection of email and phone records of at least 5 reporters under the Trump administration. But this isn't a new practice. Back in 2013, the DOJ also secretly seized phone records of Associated Press editors and reporters under the Obama administration. Then Attorney General Eric Holder also responded by revising previous rules for handling leak investigations. So history is essentially repeating itself, and the verdict is out on whether the latest rules are going to be any better at protecting the free press.
Yeah, I remember the Eric Holder announcement, like he had really accomplished something, like we've really opened it up for journalists nowadays. It was ridiculous. As you pointed out, after that, we had 5 or 6 journalists that were targeted by the Holder administration. So this doesn't mean anything. I hate to see the media all jazzed up like this is some big victory. We'll follow it as it goes on this year, and we'll see how many victories the journalists really have in this new proclamation by Merrick Garland. Thank you for joining me, okay?